Welcome back to the British Football Guy. Logan's still here with me. Hello, Logan.
Hey, man.
So, I'll get closer. Today, in this episode, we're going to do two more, hopefully. And so the next, which will probably be next week's that you'll hear. I can hear the Legos going back in the tray. I don't know how much of that's picking up. Is going to be the WFL. And the WFL is the World Football League that Logan and I are creating. And we're going to do a country randomizer. And, we'll come on to that, but that's not this episode. This episode, so as you all know, we're in the same fantasy league, and we don't have a punishment for finishing last yet. So predominantly Logan's been trolling the internet, literally trolling. Oh my God, that's an idea. I have an idea. And coming up with just some of the punishments that are out there, like some are horrific, some are fit for purpose. And currently, as we're recording this, there are 8 of us, and for our teammates in the league, I'm going to send you all this link so you can hear what the punishment. We are going to decide on one of these as a punishment for our league and commit to it. Currently, Lexi is in last place. So as I said, I really hope it's not giving an old man a hand job by the time, because Ethan won't be happy either. What have you found? Like, this is interesting. So the first time I heard about this, I think was How I Met Your Mother, and they had to wear like a shitty tie for a month straight, and it was like the duck tie, which I think is a pretty good one. But since most people aren't going to work as much because of COVID,
Or wearing ties.
It honestly feels like, when you had the 19th century where everybody had top hats. I think we're now at the cusp where everybody doesn't wear ties anymore. That people looking like what would be a period drama in the early 2000s, like, yo, what ties? I was like, yeah, it was like a top hat. So I've never been a part of a league that's had a punishment. Oh, actually, the family league that we do, we have the nipple clamps. And you own a pair of nipple clamps for a year, but you don't. Well, I mean, I'm just thinking about the 2 last individuals that won them. Maybe they did actually do something with them. But anyway, what have you seen? You haven't been a part of a league with a punishment?
Besides just losing my money every year, that's about it.
Oh, that's a good punishment.
Yeah. But yeah, anyways, I was online last night just kind of perusing and talking with my wife about some good ideas. And I think the first one that I want to bring up that I thought was like really actually pretty fantastic was you go to an ASU game fully decked out in U of A gear to a non-U of A game.
Oh my God.
And for those of you that don't know, they are rivals. They have a big game right after Thanksgiving every year. It's a big deal. It switches between Tucson, Arizona and Tempe, Arizona. Big deal. People go and deface, the A that each state school has on a different mountain. Lots of pranks and things happen. So this was her idea, and I thought it was worth bringing up as like a great option, because I could totally see that. Just,
oh my God.
And then obviously you have to go with your friends, have to all go to just see the debacle in the first place, but not sit with them.
Oh,
so they have to be separated. I think would be really funny, because then it's just like that one person in random U of A gear by themselves, and then your friends are just laughing at you from afar.
So
canceled.
Wait.
Cancel? Yeah.
So I love this one.
Obviously, you don't have to sit apart, but I thought it would be really funny if you did.
I was thinking when you said sit apart, I thought, oh shit, they need security. They need people around them.
They would probably.
The first thing you'd say, I lost a fantasy league. Like, just, you get tired of saying it. But no, I love that one. I was actually thinking of something similar, but I like that one better. And I think, so if you lost the league, you lose it in December. Right, you find out who's the bottom in December. So would you have time that year to go to an ASU game and wear U of A? Or would you have to wait till the following year?
It'd be close. You'd probably have to wait till the next year. I think most college ends in December-ish.
Bowl games kind of start around then.
If the bowl game was in Arizona and they played here, you could probably make it work.
Yeah.
And that'd be pretty funny, actually, if you went to a Bulls game.
I really like that one. I really like that one. Worse, I mean, wait, Marissa went to U of A.
Yeah, and I went to ASU.
So she's got all that shit clobber anyway.
Yeah.
I really hope it's her that loses the whole thing, because if it was her idea, she came up with it, and then she has to sit as an ASU.
Well, and we were thinking like face paint, like you have to go all out for this.
Oh my god, face paint.
Be like the ultra fan, basically, going to the wrong game.
I love it. Face paint. I think that face paint just makes it that bit sweeter, because it's like, you've really committed to this. Maybe a cougar on there, or a big A. But if, let's say, any of us lose who are kind of ASU followers, that means we'd have to go down to Tucson, and everybody would have to go to Tucson.
You could do it either way, right? You could go down all the way down to Tucson and wear all ASU garb to a non-ASU game.
Yeah.
And that would be pretty hilarious as well.
So, yeah, I mean, but then again, if we all went to Tucson, none of us would be, there'd only be one of them wearing.
Yeah, exactly.
What I like about this is it's applicable for every kind of league can do this, right? Depending where you are, college,
all the rivals.
All the rivals.
Yep.
Yeah.
You just go to the opposing team and go all out.
Yeah. We were at a Chiefs Cardinals preseason game, and there was a lot of Chiefs fans. Obviously, it's like, it's not the same, even if you go to a bar, but college football surrounds it. That would be amazing. Just in the wrong.
Yeah.
I like that one. That's fantastic. All right, so that's a good one to start. So I've heard of something similar like that. I guess one that the league that we joined, the big spending league, they did have a punishment. I think the year before, actually the year we joined, but neither Ritz or I lost. But it was going to like TGI Fridays on your own, whilst all the other league players are on a different table, and you have them sing happy birthday to you, and it's your birthday, and you're just eating for one and just having them all sing and dance.
So along that line, I found one last night online. It's almost a little embarrassing to say, but you have to take a blow-up doll and pretend that you're on a date with them. You have to talk to them, order them food, and your friends have to sit in another table somewhere, and you're on a full-blown date with this blow-up doll at a restaurant in public.
Oh my god, that's dangerous in Arizona or Texas. You could get shot.
Yeah, here it wouldn't probably be a very good idea, but it came up on my little search last night, and
oh my god, I just feels horrible just thinking about it.
I was crying. I was so funny.
That's good. I like that one.
It just takes it to that next level, you know. Because I don't think necessarily eating. I guess having the birthday song sang to you kind of makes it that little bit of embarrassment. But eating by yourself at a restaurant isn't that bad. But then you go in with like a full-on blow-up doll to sit beside you to be on a date.
There's a way we could take it down a level. So it's because that one I'd feel in Arizona, people might think, just if they're carrying, that this person is. Would they even let you in? I'm just thinking like Red Robin.
I don't know.
You just bring in a blowjob doll with the mouth open like the guy in that podcast, the YouTube you showed me. What you could do is say, table for two, and say, I'll order for them, and you have a drinks, and then they never show, and you just have to pretend that you got stood up, and just have to play the game saying, I'm still hoping they're going to come up. It was on Tinder.
That would be another good one. I think that's a little more reasonable.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Let's see. I had a list of like 10 things. Let's see. We did this one. Marissa also came up with one that I thought was pretty funny. You do an OnlyFans account, but you only do like feet or like your belly button or like, weird shit. So you never like show your face or anything like that. It's just like one random body part that is
elbows.
Yeah. So I thought that one was really funny because like you know, like just your weenus, you know, just like your elbow crease, basically.
Oh
It's
my
just like,
God.
this is all it is. And that's your whole account.
And I think you'd have to commit to like at least 4 posts.
Yeah, something like that before you stop posting again.
Yeah. And the rest of the league can create the name, the description.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that one on OnlyFans. I had one idea just as we were thinking, and it was more of sending, because obviously Christmas, by the time Christmas comes, fantasy football's done. And that Christmas would be a text to one of your in-laws that is believable yet awkward. So let's say it's your mother-in-law. It's like, "Hi, Susan. Thanks for dinner. I really enjoyed your chicken breasts. And by the way, you looked ravishing tonight."
Oh, man.
Like something that isn't like it's believable but uncomfortable, or like to a father-in-law, "Hi Steve, thank you for having me and Ethan over. Have you been working out?"
Oh, that'd be
And
rough.
you have to do maybe as a minimum, as a thread of like at least 3 pieces.
I would do everything in my power to not lose that. That'd be the worst.
You know what we'll do? We'll choose our top 3 and then put it to an Instagram poll
And see what everyone
and
says.
see what everybody says.
Oh, man.
Or
To text my in-laws something like that. Oh, I can't even imagine. Yeah.
and we get to choose the in-law as well.
Oh, man. That's unreal.
Okay, that was what I was thinking about. Okay, what else? What's next?
I'll just start going down the list. One that I found online that I thought was pretty funny. The loser has to do a calendar photo shoot, but it has to be in the Sports Illustrated body issue style. And so you have to do 12 pictures in the exact pose and stance to mimic what the body issue was of the Sports Illustrated. And then they make the calendar and they have to give one to each person in the league.
Oh my God, I kind of like this in a sense, because it's like you could do this one every year. It's the same one, and everybody can just like, in 10 years, fuck, have we got old? Or fuck, have we got fat? It's like, oh, look how I was in 2020. I could see my penis. And
Yeah, and the pictures have to be like, you know, semi-decent quality. I'm not saying you got to go out and get a photographer, but it'd be really funny if you did.
Well, if the rest of the league paid for it, so if it's like a $150 shoot on 8, that's what, like $20 each.
Yeah, it'd be really funny. It'd be super funny.
But even if it was $200, everybody put $30 in.
Yeah.
I guess you just put that in the fees, right? At the beginning of the year, $10 like each goes to the winner, but $30 of what you put in goes to the photo shoot.
Yeah.
But I guess for the first year, if we were to do that, you can just do it on profile on smartphones. Like the first one can be, we just do it at somebody's house.
Yeah. Find a blank wall or some nice background, and then just you know, hold the basketball where you need it, or
the Speedo.
Yeah.
The Speedo shoot out by the pool with the fountain.
do the sideways running man look.
Oh my God, if I knew, like, kind of say 3 weeks into like the kind of the end of the season, like with 3 games, and I was hovering down the bottom, I'd be hitting the gym. I would be hitting the gym
Great
every
motivation.
night. I was like, fuck. Right, that might be my favorite. That might be my favorite so far, especially for our league, because that's funny. I had, so there's Ritz went to college with. She said, "Oh, follow this Instagram account." And she said it's just a group of lads that's been doing fantasy football for a while, and they've just got an Instagram account that is just ripping on each other. But they put time into editing and kind of doing these pictures. But last year's theirs was staying in a Waffle House or an IHOP for 12 hours and just having to stay there and swap wastes. I mean, 12 hours.
Well,
It's
so online they actually do 24 hours because they call it the Waffle House Marathon. And for every pancake you eat, you subtract an hour out of your time there. So you either get super like uncomfortable from what you're eating, or you're stuck sitting in a Waffle House for 24 hours.
Oh, so you're there for 24 hours if you don't eat anything, but if you eat 10, you're there for 14 hours?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, so that's what they did. That makes sense. I mean, when we're talking about waffles, how big are the waffles?
Well, it's either waffles or pancakes, I guess, but
They're
they're decent size, I think. I've never been to a Waffle House, honestly, so, but I can only imagine that, if you got like a stack of pancakes,
does that count as one?
well, I would say each one is one.
Okay.
So then, but even then, like 3 pancakes can be
How
quite
many
a
calories?
lot.
Like 4, 6, 7,
Once you
8,
add this-
900 calories? 300 calories each, let's say.
Yeah, once you get the syrup and the butter
Oh.
on there,
I mean, I like pancakes, but I didn't even think of that amount, 24.
and then if you only eat 3, or then let's say you have 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, that's only 9 pancakes. You're still there for a
15
long
hours.
time. Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's harmless, but still like really funny to be stuck
Yeah.
in a Waffle House for that long. And I'm sure you'll get a lot of questions from all the people working there, like, what's going on?
Fuck. I wouldn't like, yeah, that
The
one
people
sucks.
watching would probably be amazing too.
Yeah. I mean, if you have to commit to being there for the whole time with them, I wouldn't. Somebody'd have to be, they have to do it in shifts. Just to make sure
like every
that-
couple hours, somebody's got to check in, make
Yeah.
sure you're there. Yeah.
like kind of night watchman. Okay, I'll switch with you. That's funny. Okay, I like that. And then this year's the one that they're doing is, this is a good one. It's bottom place has to register for a marathon and complete it in a costume of the rest of the league's choosing, and the league will pay for the entry fee and the costume.
The costume. Okay.
But again, it's not like a horrific one,
No,
but it's like
it's miserable for
it's
sure.
miserable's the term.
Oh yeah. I mean, a marathon, that's 24 miles, right?
Yeah.
That's far.
I know. So imagine doing like the Disney marathon in. I'm just thinking, what's anti-Disney? Getting ready to be.
Cancel? Yeah.
But you know what I mean, like doing something like like doing the ASU marathon in a U of A. It's that type of thing. If they set like the Boston Marathon going as like LA Dodgers, that type of stuff, like so that's what they're doing. So they've done. So again, I think they're both just miserable.
I like that one too, because it's definitely doable. It's not super embarrassing or something that you could like potentially lose your job over or something,
Right. The losing the job status.
I saw another one too, kind of along that same line, that you can vary this however you want, but you run a quarter mile, you drink a beer.
Oh.
You run a quarter mile, drink a beer, and then you have so many quarter miles or so many miles, and then however many beers you have to finish within that time frame.
So quarter mile, like 378 meters or something. Let's say 400
Whatever that
meters.
is, yeah.
So it's basically you do a lap.
One lap around a track, you drink a beer, a full beer. Another lap around the track, drink another beer, and you keep going until like the designated amount is done. Basically, everything I saw was about a mile, so it's only 4 beers, but it was like you'd feel real heavy after that.
Yeah, I mean, I used to do track and field, and I'm just thinking, haven't done it in so long.
Miserable.
If it just it worries me now. But thinking of somebody like my wife that has never done track and field or anything like that, she's an earshot. Maybe she could choose her own drink. But I mean, like Truly's are gassy. Or
But to me, like beer is the way to go because that's like would be the most miserable, right? It's heavy.
oh yeah, you don't get to choose the drink.
Yeah, I think that's if you did like a Guinness.
Oh,
Could you even imagine?
oh my god, that'd take hours.
Oh,
All right, so
rough.
that's like kind of the running portion.
Yeah.
What? So okay, so I'm honestly liking the calendar one because I think that would be hilarious. I do like the what was the first one that you said?
The U of A.
The U of A one.
ASU.
I think that's perfect as well. What other ones do you think? So we want 3 to vote on.
I mean, I've got several more. If you want, I can just do a quick list of them.
Yeah. They just list them all out.
So the next one, this is pretty common. I've seen this. I haven't seen it myself, but I've heard of other people doing this one. You stand at like a really busy intersection wearing like an outfit that the other group chooses, and you wear like a sign that says "I suck at fantasy and you have to stay there for such a period of time. That's pretty standard, but it could be pretty funny.
I like that one.
And then obviously they can make the sign and whatnot. It has to be fantasy related. One that I saw that was kind of funny, especially since we're all getting into close to our 30s now and stuff. You go and take the ACT or the SAT with all like high schoolers.
Oh my god!
I thought that was really funny because that's like a 4+ hour test. So you'd have to pay for the test and then spend like 4 hours taking that test.
Oh, I love that one.
And then I saw like a little snippet underneath, like someone saying you have to be like the problem person in the test and like have to take multiple bathroom breaks and water breaks and stuff. The problem is like your friends can't go watch that,
Right.
because it's like a encapsulated test. You're in a classroom, all monitored and everything.
I can't believe you can do that. That's
it'll be
hilarious.
so fun. I think you can. I don't think there's an age limit on
Oh my god. That's
doing that.
that's brilliant.
What else? Some stuff I saw online was like kind of an obvious one, but one that I probably wouldn't condone would be like a tattoo designed and like then put on you. Because I saw some really ridiculous ones, like someone, you remember Tiger King? It was like the Tiger King's face with like, I suck at fantasy football. And like that one I would never, ever probably allow myself because, you know, permanency. And so, but I thought that one was just at least worth mentioning because it was kind of funny.
It's almost like, because I'm thinking that the permanency of it is too much of a, it's too off-putting. But
Yeah.
So Ritz hates, like, when I shave, I never clean shave, but when I do shave, I usually leave the tash and go downstairs and see how long it takes her to realize that it's just like a fireman's tash. Something like that, where you might have to have a tash for a month or something like that. I don't know what the female version would be. Not shave your legs.
I don't know. That's a bit much more, though. I don't know. So, I did find another one. And I don't think you could lose your job. I don't think so. You have to shave your eyebrows. And that wouldn't matter, obviously, who you are.
Yeah. You know what? Just thinking from a management standpoint, I definitely would have had conversations with those team members to say, we'll talk to you about perception. And I you might have some client-facing duties, what perception does that give? Oh, you said I had alopecia.
Yeah, something, yeah. But I thought it was a pretty funny one because, you know, they're going to grow back.
I fucking hope so. Imagine if they don't.
That'd be miserable, I guess. You'd
Get tattooed on.
Tattooed eyebrows, I suppose.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought that was a funny one. And then the last one I have, which I would probably never do myself because I can't do crowds, but you have to do an open mic night.
Oh.
And you can't, whatever you do up on stage, you can't say that you're there because of fantasy football. You just have to have something to deliver to the crowd.
Oh my god. That is...
And that one would be harsh. Like, I would have, I don't know, anxiety like crazy for that one. But that's my list anyways.
Oh my god. I'm getting anxiety from that, and I don't mind too much, like, kind of...
Right.
I would never I'd never volunteer to do a public mic night.
Oh,
but,
no.
Um,
Because that one, like, you know, you have a
Oh,
whole crowd. And if you bomb, that'd be like the worst feeling in the world.
I think I have one joke, and that's my lobster joke.
Yeah.
Which is just, I guess, while we're talking about the lobster joke, was I went playing golf with some guys I play soccer with, and I don't think I'm that pale, but we were. You look at me like that. It was noon in Arizona summer, and we were buying some beers from the cart lady, and she's like, "Oh, you all need to stay hydrated and make sure you got sunscreen on, because otherwise you'll be fucking lobsters." I said, I've never fucked a lobster before, but always game. That'd be my one joke.
Yeah.
That would be it.
And that'd be your, 20 seconds?
I'm like, thank you, good night.
Just walk off. I have a feeling they'd have a minimum requirement of like 5 minutes, I would guess.
So, and this links quite well. I was going to talk about it. Did you ever show? There was a Canadian show. I think I've talked to you about it called Kenny versus Spenny.
I don't think so.
So Kenny versus Spenny was this Canadian cable show. I remember watching it in college, and the whole premise was two best mates that lived together at the time. So I thought they were younger than this. One of them was probably about mid-30s, early 30s, and the other one was like 40, but he didn't look 40. He shows his age now when I've kind of looked at what they're doing now. But there'd be in-house competition, so they live together. They have two film crews that follow them around, and they have a competition, and the winner has a forfeit. And it might be who can make the best commercial, who can lift the most weight, who can produce the most semen in 3 days, like who can, who can win at a cockfight, who can have a goat tied to them for the longest time. And one of them was who can put on the best comedy show or the open mic. And one of these guys was really neurotic and paranoid and just took it seriously. Well, the other guy was just like, we have production budget. I'm going to go to kind of the next level and just always outsmart him. But yeah, in these forfeits, the open mic night, what he said to the guy was, I need to take him off his game. I just need to take him off his game. And my actual open mic or my comedy that I'm producing is this. So he got like watermarked paper with Canadian Health Board and addressed it to his roommate, to Spenny. And it said, Dear Mr. Rice, we've had confirmation from somebody that has slept with you in the past 3 months, has tested positive for HIV. Please book in an appointment. And so that was his letter. So the whole show was about him just saying, you can live with it. I mean, some people live past like 45 and just like really fucking with him. Yeah. So he's kind of trying to come up with this comedy show and stuff. And he actually goes, at the mic now, so I'm Jewish. He's Jewish. And he goes, and yesterday I found I have HIV. And like everybody starts laughing. He's like, no, seriously. And then he's like, oh my God, he's actually going to get it. He's going to do well with it. And then he just lost it because he was just like worried and kind of going insane. So then Kenny showed this thing that was, but anyway, they used to always do these things. One of them was, do you know those Zorb balloons? What you play soccer in, like these big inflatable balloons that you go in and you like kind of, you just inside them and you roll down the hill. He picked up a piece of dog shit from like one of the town parks in Toronto, put it in a Zorb balloon, and he pushed him down a hill in it with this piece of dog shit. So they did a lot of these types of things that I think would be good. My wife hates when I watch the show. She says, it's so childish. It is childish, but it reminds me of college and when I was younger. But that open mic night terrifies me.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't put it as my top 3 options either.
All right, well, let's look at this. The only other thing is trolling. Like, kind of going onto Twitter and having to troll, like, some organization that's... There's actually, what was that game? Jackbox.
Oh, yeah.
And they do this kind of thing. It was like, what would be an inappropriate thing to say for this tweet? And it's like, fire department saves the 11 children. You gotta come up with like, fuck the fire department. I think that could get you not just, damn it, cancelled, or lose your job.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right, okay, so top 3, we'll put it to a text vote.
Yeah.
What do you want to go? So I think you choose your first, and I'll choose.
Oh man, top 3 or just one?
Just one, and then we'll have a joint one. So give us a quick summary of the list that we've had.
So from my end, it was the wearing your rivalries attire, going all out to a non-rivalry game, calendar photo shoot, the busy intersection wearing embarrassing clothing, take the test. That's 4 hours long. the Waffle House Marathon, the OnlyFans account,
Oh my god, yes.
the tattoo open mic, and then you take a blow up doll on a date, or you shave your eyebrows.
And the only one I'll add is that is the text to an in-law
Oh yeah.
at Christmas, and have to, and then screenshot every message and
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, and then I think we forgot the marathon.
yeah. and then
As far like running a marathon in some sort of costume or running and drinking a beer every so often.
yeah. Okay. All right. You go first. Which one are you doing?
Oh, I don't want to do any of them. But I don't know, man. I hate doing stuff like this so much.
I would say I think we're okay because of our knowledge. Is this like? I mean, I say that
Until one
winning
of
my
our star-
first game.
Yeah, until one of our star
someone
players gets injured.
gets injured. Okay, well, look, I'll take the first one then. If you're gonna be a pussy, I will take the photo shoot as one of the options.
I definitely think that's up there.
So,
Oh, sorry.
Sports Illustrated calendar shoot.
I like the least embarrassing options. I feel like. So for me, it'd be like either, oh God, I'm going to regret saying some of this stuff, I think. Like running the marathon in the costume, or potentially like the SAT, ACT.
Okay, yeah.
Although I'm not going to deny, like, I really like the rivalry option. I think it's such a good one, even though it is really could be pretty embarrassing.
Well, maybe we agree on the rivalry option one as our joint one,
Right.
and then this is on you.
I think the funny one too could be like if you had an OnlyFans and it
Oh
actually
my
was
God, yes.
productive and got you money.
It's actually you are able to retire
Yeah.
taking weenus and kneecap pictures to deprived individuals across the globe. Please, let's do the OnlyFans. Please choose that.
I think it'd be super funny.
Okay, yes, OnlyFans.
We can definitely put it on the list.
All right, so calendar, Sports Illustrated shoot, the rivalry option, and the OnlyFans.
I think that's a pretty good list.
I'm going to be happy if any of those get chosen. Cool. All right. Well, that is the. I hope everybody, because I think if you haven't got a punishment yet for your league, I'm going to see if I can bring it to another couple of mine. There's some great options here, and we'll give you the poll results of what we're going to do in the league. Either calendar, Sports Illustrated photo shoot in amateurish terms, and we'll make sure that you can order a copy from British Football Guy at gmail.com.
So funny.
And then OnlyFans. Oh my God, OnlyFans would be so good. Don't know how I feel about my wife having an OnlyFans account, so that might be like a double. But also, I've got a feeling Lexi might lose this year, and I'd feel bad for her.
Well, it's supposed to only be like
knees
or like big toe or your belly button or just like random.
But people have a fetish for navels.
I know. It's not supposed to be like the actual thing.
Tits and ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. We'll let you know how that goes. Thanks for joining us, and we'll be back shortly for another episode.